you're saying it's a progressive news source.
It is. It is.
All right. Here's the thing. I have to keep it real with you. I do not know what a progressive news source means.
Progressive, they just lean politically. They lean progressive. So it used to be, Crystal Ball. Used to be Crystal Ball and which was a super progressive, and Sagar a Republican. But they all.
Wait, come closer. I can't hear it. I'm Big Elvis the Chef, y'all.
I'm Ulrich.
And we have Daniel B in the house.
Well, Danny B, you got to show your face when he says that. Daniel B, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going?
The one and only.
Did you just say Assalamu Alaikum?
I said Daniel B, the one and only.
Oh, okay. I thought Daniel just said Assalamu.
Did you say that?
No.
Okay. How's it going?
Big Elvis the Chef, y'all.
I'm not going to reintroduce myself. They remember. Daniel,
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is the P. The R to the I. Oh, that's an old rhyme of mine. Wait a minute. I forgot.
That's it. You going back in the you going back in the vault? You used to write raps?
I did used to write raps.
What?
I used to write raps. I used to write rhymes.
You just freestyle. In high school I made an album called a rap album, mock rap album called Brolic Season.
Brolic Season.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. We had like a song called Funky Chocolate Balls. It was stupid.
Give me some lines of funky chocolate bar.
It's like, chocolate, put it in my pocket. Mix that, put your eyes in your socket. Getting off topic, there's liquid on the floor. And before I record, I think I need to mop it. Bake some pie. Take it out the oven. I'm not gonna rap this shit anymore. I'm not rapping this stuff anymore. It was ridiculous. It was supposed to be a joke about.
It was you're in the middle.
No, it was a listen.
Come on.
I can, this can be replayed. Anyway. I'm not. That was a joke rap album that I made. It was for
That's
fun.
called parody.
It was a parody rap album. Yes.
That's cool.
It was based on a goofy rap.
Anybody ever heard of The Rising?
Yes.
The Rising the Hill.
Yeah.
TV.
It used to be hosted by these two people, Crystal Ball and Sagar, and now they're on this new show called the. Shoot, I forgot what it was. It's something different. Some it has a fiery background, whatever it is now.
So what did they sell it?
No, I think they got fired off the hill, and they hired some new people.
So they were working for somebody who had some money and wanted to come up with a news agency that was geared towards this progressive ideology.
Well, the Hill, I believe to be, I believe they're overall a progressive network. However, they one thing about progressives kind of align with kind of conservatives. They're anti-democrat in a way. Because
Seems
they
like
think
it's
Democrat
profitable
is,
to be anti-democrat.
Yeah, in a way, but
Especially for hip hop. You ever see all those hip hop artists that are?
There's hip hops. I feel like hip hops are anti-Republican. I don't know.
No, there's a whole world of hip hop Republicans. Huge.
You're talking about Chance the Rapper. What's it called?
Oh, wait a minute. Is that being opened? Yeah. All right. Because I thought you're closing a window. I want you to keep the window open.
Also, we forgot to mention that we're doing this on a Thursday. This is special. This is different. This is different. See? We're happy to be there. Once Daniel, in a second, we're gonna get Daniel back on camera so we can get the show on the road.
All right.
But
So we're gonna talk about something. I think this is trending topics. This is what's happening right now. They're pushing all this throughout, not just the progressive stuff.
Wait. Do you want
What
to
the hell
introduce
does it mean to be progressive?
It means progressive.
Wait.
Okay.
Do you know what it means to be progressive?
Yes.
Tell me.
Forward thinking. So a lot of progressive would lean less than conservatives, but more, from my understanding, more kind of liberal-ish, more progressive, whether it be, let's say, social topics, something that's new.
But I was gonna say the funny thing. He said it perfectly. You see how he said just forward thinking.
Right.
That means it just means nothing.
Right.
Progressives don't mean anything. They just mean
One could
move
argue,
move to the future, progress. Literally, it has no principle. Progressives are absolutely
But I
unprincipled.
said the first thing that came to my mind when Daniel said that was one could argue that the guy who shot John Lennon was a progressive thinker because look at
Oh,
Strawberry
yeah,
Fields.
absolutely.
It's beautiful over
Wait,
there,
wait.
that section of Central Park.
Oh, because that's what because they killed him in the best place, the appropriate place. Yeah, no.
All right, let's watch.
He
this
was a
movie.
big Catcher of the Rye fan, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
Ready?
Yep.
All right.
And we're going to need to pause it a few times.
East in Red Pill? Well, perhaps the FBI has flagged you as an extremist. If so, looking at new reporting from the Heritage Foundation's oversight project, Brianna, this is pretty hysterical. They filed a Freedom of Information Act request with the FBI and got these documents showing that the FBI is listing these terms that had become pretty common internet parlance to refer to various
Parlance.
things. I'd say they're like right-wing online terms, but that they're on a list of things associated with violent, racially or ethnically motivated extremism, and a lot of talk about incels in here, the involuntary celibate people, and their penchant for violence.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny.
They're listed these terms that are a quote indication of involuntary celibate violent extremism, which is a designation that I'm just learning exists,
incels.
or racially and ethnically
These are people
motivated
who
extremism.
are not having sex, but wish they were having sex.
Yeah, that's
The
what an
incels,
involuntary
yes.
celibate
I'm
is for
telling
those
you,
of you
telling the audience.
who don't know. And they have specifically more neural terms like height cells and bald cells, people who feel like it's their short stature or lack of hair that is causing them to have a lack of success with women. And so the
Probably
idea
accurate.
is that by tracking these kinds of terms, they can.
Whoa. Yo, is it all right? Is it just me, or do these people have like some kind of unfriendly energy towards each other? Like they seem like they really don't like each other. Secondly, it's a little unprofessional to have this computer like in front of them. I feel like, and they're not told. They should be talking to a
Better assess people
teleprompter.
who
But that could be a
present
money
some,
thing.
Chad is on this list. Looks maxing, which I've
Daniel, are you aware of the Chad and Tyrone thing?
No.
So in the red pill space, they use things like she couldn't help herself when Chad walked in the room. And what Chad is the irresistible white guy who's smashing all the girls. Okay, they even had a famous one. They were making T-shirts calling him the Tribeca Trad. There was a Tribeca Chad, and I even believe an NYU Chad. And then there's the one that was really famous was the Abercrombie and Finch Chad. So there's these Chads that are running around that. So now if you type in the word Chad, somebody's watching.
never heard before.
which apparently is just
Like working out.
looking better,
Yeah.
maximizing your
These are-
appearance.
Let me go back to that.
Chad is on this list. Looks maxing, which I've never heard before.
Has anyone heard of looks maxing?
Making your looks be good is well, I'm just surmising from the word is trying to improve your looks as best it can in a picture,
right,
like maybe like
exactly.
a filtering.
Exactly,
Yeah.
looks maxing.
Which apparently is just
Like working out.
looking better,
Yeah.
maximizing your
These are-
appearance. And
Pretty funny.
And so, look, I will say this. I do think that there is a broader cultural and social crisis afoot that is driven by economic trends, generational trends, where millennials and Gen Zers are set to do worse than the generations before them. Historical goals, life goals like marriage and children at certain ages, home ownership, professional attainment is just not happening. And as a consequence, people are increasingly isolated. They do live more online, and they have communities that in which they support each other, but sometimes which can become toxic, and which attribute the reasons for their lack of traditional success to
Thank you.
women
I
being
needed a
horrible.
charge.
There's a lot of misogyny. We saw some of this ideology coming out in the Santa Barbara shooter, who had that first big manifesto that everyone was pouring over Elliot Rogers.
Yes,
He
that
very
was an
much
example of a violent incel. It was
Right.
very much based in incel ideology.
Right. So it's
In that
not.
case.
It's not.
In that one
It's not that there's no.
case.
Yeah, sure. It's one specific case. I'm not sure to the extent to which it's more broad.
Ulrich wants us to pay attention to this man's face.
I feel like they don't get. It's not. I don't think it's anything bigger than they don't seem to get along with each other. I just can't help but notice it. There's like a tension.
Right.
It's like making it hard to like listen to what they're talking about.
Is it because he knows she's only reading the teleprompter and doesn't have an original thought in her head?
Well, what she's saying is just talking points.
Okay.
But,
So you don't.
but she's a newer person. I remember this guy from before.
Right.
I don't remember this one, but I haven't watched The Hill in a while, to be fair.
Broadly spread. But I'm not saying, I just want to validate that there is a,
Oh wait, sorry. The Hill fired out. Wait, the Hill fired the one great journalist that they hired. I just got to say one thing about the Hill lost a lot of credibility because they fired the great Kim Iverson. Kim Iverson's one of the best journalists you'll ever find. She's the best progressive. She's not even a progressive. She's her own like. Wait, before progress, she's the one who the left needs to look up to as a role model because she's a leftist who makes sense. But that's all I need to say.
real phenomenon these people are reacting to, that they aren't just angry in a vacuum.
Well, sure. But here's the thing. Like a lot of these terms, based and red pill, are terms now that maybe they start as...
Daniel B.
Mm-hmm.
What about the word based? What do you think of when you hear based?
I mean, I just think he's saying is where it's originally coming from, or what kind of.
No, base is like a title.
No, he's talking about terms. CFA
Term.
terms like based.
Oh, no.
So base is a term, just like we were talking about Chads and Tyrones. Base is also a term that they're saying that the FBI is looking for and targeting this, what they're saying are red pill content creators that use the word base. So when you hear base, I remember there was a time where I was totally thrown off. It was this black guy yelling and screaming. He was in a suit and he was saying how I could be killed more likely in my own neighborhood than any other neighborhood. And he was like spitting all this real fire about maybe 2 years ago, and he went viral. And everywhere I went, all the titles, they were like base man, base black man, base this, base that. So I was like, what in the world is all this base stuff? So I had typed in the word base. Dude, there's hundreds of thousands of titles with the word base in it, talking about what it came across to me as just the average Joe is the base guy. Am I wrong on that?
I heard base used before, like they use it before the Lord or some, base god or some crap.
No. So base is big on the red pill section.
I never knew that. I don't really watch I don't watch YouTubers that much.
Right.
like very fringe online things that are disproportionately likely to be used by, I guess, what the FBI would characterize as extremists. Although, the FBI likes to characterize very broadly extremist groups.
Sure.
Time and time again, we find out that these extremist groups are not actually planning any violence, or to the extent they're planning violence, it is being coordinated by
Black
people
Lives
being
Matter
paid
was
by
those
the
extremists.
FBI. Right. It's all.
Whoa! I've never heard a newscaster say anything like that.
Yeah. So the hill. All right, I'll take one thing back about progressives, because progressives do. I'll take one thing back, because progressives are really, in a way, anti-establishment, in which they're anti-propaganda.
Right.
So progressives are very aware of kind of governmental overreach, and they do have a principle in which they're against that.
Right.
But that's just because they want to be in the power of where they are, the decision makers, not because they don't like people making decisions over there. They want to be.
But I've never heard
decision
anyone
makers.
say that.
Yeah. The Hill's always been like that. The
FBI is known more for paying.
The Hills always came
people
out of the FBI
to convert people into doing something violent than people that are violent.
I do believe a funder, the original funder, was a conservative, and they were sold to a progressive, but that can be incorrect.
Right.
But they were originally
Nonsense.
funded by conservatives.
But these terms, the meaning of words change, the use of words change over time. These are now terms that are actually pretty commonly used in ways that have nothing to do with racially or ethnically motivated violence. In fact, in ways that have nothing to do with race whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think I said the other day that I'd finally red-pilled my dog, that he's not going to get
red
this
pill
before
and
7
base
a.m.
were never racial terms. And in fact, the idea of being red pilled has been very much adopted and embraced by the right, but it is, from the movie, the idea is just that your eyes are open. It basically means woke.
Yeah.
Red pill literally means
You get
you
it.
got woke.
You get it.
The truth of the world has been revealed to you, and you see past the superficial veneer of what society wants you to understand. Literally, they're synonyms. So
There's a whole, there's a whole pill dichotomy too now, right? Because if you're you can be, well, because blue pilled is to go the other way.
Yeah.
But then I've heard both black pilled and doom pilled for people who are just like, everything sucks, I give up.
Yeah.
There's a white pill. I don't actually even know what that means.
Whatever that one is,
I think that's like honestly, I think that's like a centristy one, but I don't have a.
Okay, we got people here with laptops in front of them, and he's gonna make a statement like he doesn't know. He's heard about it. Couldn't they have figured this out really quickly?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Can you
Maybe
look
they
up
don't have
white-
they don't
look
have
up white
producers.
pilled for
White
me.
pilled.
What are you saying? These are people in their garage?
No, I know they lost a lot of like. I think they were a little more like bigger and more popular. They've lost like fans, and they've been like rotating co-hosts. And when Kim Iverson, that great journalist, when Kim Iverson got taken away.
All right, while you looking up that, I'm gonna keep on going.
I've looked for I want a list of the pills and what they correspond to, like,
but-
power-ups or something.
Yeah, I totally take your point there. Like these terms like based are incredibly mainstream. The concept of being an incel is very mainstream. I'm not saying that there's are probably specific chat groups and things, other terms that can be used in conjunction with these terms that might yield actual
Alright,
results.
wanna know
But
what
if the
pill
FBI
means?
thinks they're just going to scroll through people using the word incel or based, and that got to be an incredible suck of their time and resources.
I mean, we all.
Also, these people.
People love to count other people's money. FBI got so much money.
This is a non-news story, by the way.
Right. Go ahead.
All right. So, white pill means. This is from Urban Dictionary, by the way. Being aware of a difficult situation or position and having a fighting, can-do attitude and not giving up, plus accomplishing said thing within the difficult situation. The second definition is being optimistic.
Read the first one again.
Being aware of a difficult situation or position, someone might be in, this is poorly written, and having a fighting attitude or I'm paraphrasing so it can make more sense. Having a fighting attitude or can-do attitude. Now at work they always would refer to, they like that you have a can-do attitude, which means that like you don't complain when you're given a task.
Right.
That's what I mean a can-do attitude.
Okay.
All right. So, and not giving up plus accomplishing the thing that was in that difficult situation.
Right.
Yeah.
White pills.
So it just means being resilient.
Right.
That's it.
Sounds racist.
Way to paraphrase. Yeah, like white people don't Yo, actually, in a way, because they could say that white people don't complain about their place or where they are, like the Irish. They don't complain. They just try to work up. They try to work past it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what.
Interesting.
I don't know.
But don't forget
Or
when you
Jews.
say, be careful when you say white people, because Irish are Caucasians.
I'm saying because this is slang terms.
Right.
This is slang. So within
right.
a colloquial sense, I can follow where they're going.
Yes.
Yeah.
The FBI had constant communications with social media platforms, flagging for them content that they think is not ideal. So, are they acting on their fervent belief that use of based and red pilled is evidence of racially or ethnically motivated violent extremism?
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I should say also that
Nonsense.
I host a call-in show on the app Call-in, and
Whoa.
I did have after one of the
Don't be
shooting
plugging
events-
like that, rudeness.
Yo,
What
did
kind
you
of
see that?
unprofessional? This is really an all right, so that's really unprofessional, man.
All right.
So hold on a second.
So,
So what I said early was that my question was, who are these journalists?
oh,
Where have they-
No,
yeah.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that.
I forget which one now, many months ago.
Wow, Daniel wants some
I
shine.
had a show where two separate people called in.
Vanity Smurf over
talking
here.
about how when they
But
were in high school, they were
they're
relatively young,
reiterating a
just few
news
years ago
story.
for
They're
them.
not telling their own news story
They
yet.
came very close to being active shooters. And one.
Whoa.
What? Wait,
Whoa.
back that up. What'd she
They were in
say?
high school. They were relatively young, so this was just a few years. I forget which one now, many months ago. I had a show where two separate people called in talking about how when they were in high school, and they were relatively young, so this was just a few years ago for them, they came very close to being active shooters. And one of the guys in particular talked about bullying he received because, in part, he was short and felt like the barrier.
Oh my
Look,
God!
I told you, I did
What
say-
are we watching?
Right?
Like this is like, yeah.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah.
unprofessional. She's just.
Let me
But-
tell you something, man. I think we heard enough.
Yeah, we're done. What are we watching? Come on. I told the hill.
Hey,
I'm telling
hey,
you.
the freaking algorithm keeps saying everybody wants hot
I'm
topics,
telling you, man, the
trending
hill,
topics.
man.
I mean,
I'm gonna take it on one of that.
yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Let me just say something about incels and this huge propaganda we got going on. Let's try. I'll try me in the middle and you on this side. Let's see how this works.
It feels better.
How's this feel? The wind, the breeze, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that breeze coming in. Even though over, you might. Well, that's cotton though, so you should be okay.
To touch the feel, the fabric of our lives. To touch the feel of cotton. Is that Chicken and Javani for me to sing a song about Cotton being a black man?
Wow, you just turned it into something horrible.
Yeah,
It was like real good. It was like real cool, man.
Yeah, you just
And
went
you just ruined it. You just ruined the moment over here.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we got this. Who one might argue this base woman here,
Okay.
right? Saying that on her, of course, plugging her other podcast that she's doing
Right,
on another
unprofessional.
network, like a whole nother, like yeah, I'm on Zeus, So what's happening is we have this woman who said something like that these men were in they said that they could have been active shooters.
Yes.
And can I just say this for the record? Every boy in high school or junior high school is dreaming about killing somebody in that class. Okay?
Oh,
To
sure.
some degree.
Yeah, especially if they're not getting any women.
Yeah,
Sure,
but not even
sure.
that if they're getting picked on. They want to, you gotta come
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little bit closer, right there. They're getting, like, let me just say this. I refer to this as thought crimes because I have a client and some school shooter, a few school shooters back. I think there's one every day. So, she's like freaking out about her children in school. So she's like petitioning everyone in the school that they're now going to get metal detectors. We're going to have metal detectors. I have to be proactive to come in. like, lady, like, she's basically, she was pissed off that they didn't like admit this kid at one time. Hey, he should have went to jail. They already talked to me. They always do that whenever there's a school shooter. They always say how they should have talked to the kid. Or the FBI already talked to them and let the kid go. That kind of thing.
They could have caught them faster.
They should have kept them. They should have kept them in custody until he was 21 years old. That'll solve your problems. Because he's gonna be 21 at some point.
Yeah, you're not gonna-
and do you want that guy out on the streets? So every guy thinks about going to his class and killing everyone because he's having what's called a thought crime. Thought crimes cannot be policed like this. The FBI is gonna now be looking at people who's looking at base titles and the Chads and the Tyrones and red pills so that they can now target you as you're some sort of extremist.
Yeah.
This thought crime's it's gone too far. What say you,
Yeah.
Daniel? Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
What say you, Daniel, on these thought crimes and the
Well,
federal government?
I'm gonna say I never had a thought crime as a youth in school. I didn't want to kill anyone. Maybe because I was popular and didn't have those issues.
You didn't have issues where people were bullying you and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Right.
I was
And neither
able-
did I. I never was bullied in school.
But I was able to
Move in just a
coast,
little more.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect.
but my issue
step in
with
this way. Right there. Yeah.
I feel
That's
weird.
very close.
Yeah, that's really close. But at least I got a haircut. So
You look good. You look good, man.
it's more of who are these journalists? That was my question from the beginning. Like what are their backgrounds?
What's the hill? Who is
Exactly.
she? Who is this?
My thing is,
woman?
I feel like anyone with Wi-Fi has an opinion, and I feel we at a point where anyone with an opinion could be a newscaster, could report the news,
Right.
whether it's true or not. And I
Right.
think no one is giving them a background check and seeing. It's like
Wait. So you even question this report that they're reporting on?
not so the report is it's possible, but it's yes, I would like to know some
Let me
back.
say this for the record. This is an actual report.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is like,
so
they're
this is
reporting
an
on a
actual
report.
No, no.
Yeah.
So,
This ain't nothing they made
But
up.
Yeah.
This is something that came to them and they reported on.
No, but my
So
thing
it
is,
shows they don't have
yeah.
they don't have sources. This is secondhand reporting.
but even if it's a source, I want more information from that source. Like where it's like, oh, this was just reported.
How
They did mention from where.
how do you vet a source? How do you personally vet a source?
I want to know when was this article sent out, who was the writer. You know, like if I'm a journalist, there's a whole slew of things.
No,
that
what I'm saying, how would you vet? Like, I'm not talking about a source as a journalist. I'm saying, so say there's a you want to figure out whether how reputable someone is when they're reporting. What would make them reputable to according to you?
Well, to me, a lot. I'm gonna be honest. Is education, their history, their background, them themselves. You know, like again,
So
journal.
there's no one out there you trust.
No,
Because I'm pretty sure they both have college degrees.
college degree and being a journalist is different.
Yeah.
It's like when you have somebody with a college degree,
That's what I'm saying.
work on your body, you know, medically. No, it's just not. College degree means you're educated in that field.
I'm saying-
When
so
you're a
you-
journalist, it's different. It's like not everyone can be a teacher, even if they have a master's or a PhD.
Yeah, but how do you verify whether or not a journalist? So do you follow certain reputable journalists in general?
Yeah,
That's
or
what I'm saying.
just system-
Or certain reputable places that you feel like haven't led you astray.
Exactly. It's kind of the ladder.
Yeah.
Places who
Do you read the New York Times?
Yes, I do.
New York Times have led us astray constantly.
Yes, but
So-
I think less so than a lot of other places.
Okay.
You know, and at least you can kind of.
So they're
trace-
not so bad.
So,
Yes.
Okay.
You know, and I always feel like a lot of places.
It was a little white lies. They
No,
told.
I just feel like they say the truth and then they do differently. Like I feel the truth is always there somewhere hidden.
Right.
It's up to us to find it.
Well, let me say this to you, young man. You know, I'm older than you. Respect your elders. So like this.
Barely.
Yeah. So, this story is about the FBI will be hiring people to go through Instagram, go through social media, and find the persons who are possibly going to be a threat to the American people. And they're utilizing the information from the internet and targeting red pill content. And the red pill content is very near and dear to my heart. The red pill content is the content to me that helped the young man put the video game down, stop jerking off, do some push-ups, and be the best version of yourself. See, there's a lot of titles that have bass in it. And Chad, and she couldn't resist when Tyrone walked in the room. You know, I know all about these things. I always hear the story. And then it's a girl, and she's sitting in her car, and she's talking about how she went on a date, and the guy didn't order the extra cheese because it was $3 more, so she left him, and now she's gonna go home alone. I get that they're gonna attack this woman, and I get the titles of this,
Yeah.
but that does not take away from the true core of the red pill and how much it's done to help.
I have a small issue with. Listen, I consume some level of red pill content. If you're talking
Right.
about Jordan Peterson kind of stuff,
Right.
because I think he's excellent, especially his biblical series. But I think there's an issue with the kind of red pill kind of stuff, and I know we're speaking to the FBI. It's absurd that the FBI is considering these people to be hate crime, that they're targeting these people.
Or is it?
But it's absurd in general. But I think it would be more absurd, or it'd be more of a this would be more threatening to read if I feel like the red pill wasn't kind of also, in addition to all the positive things you said,
Right.
leading kind of young men down a road of being obsessed with their vanity. And I think that's a
I've
big
never even
issue.
thought about that.
I think that's one issue I have with the whole red pill stuff.
You would have to elaborate on that.
All right,
You would have to break that down.
So part of the red pill stuff, part of kind of the bettering yourself, the kind of part of having the, because Andrew Tate, for example.
Top G.
Andrew Tate. He's one of the top red pill. If there was a red pill council, he'd be the marshal. He'd be around the heads, right?
Right.
So part of what he preaches, or what I hear him preach, is when he speaks about bettering himself, it's kind of showing off to others what you have as it's not about bettering yourself as you are your personal principle. It seems like it's bettering yourself when it comes to showing other people that you better yourself, and that may be indicative. That may be more indicative of social media being that red pill is being distributed through social media. Therefore, in order to show your red pillness or or to communicate when it comes to red pill stuff, you kind of got to show what red pilling you're doing. Look, I'm working out. I'm in the gym. Look at my
Right.
pic. Oh, I'm
Right.
doing this. I climbed a mountain. That's an achieve. That's a hard thing to do. Look at my pic. But I really think I think the emphasis is more of a vain emphasis, more of an emphasis based on your soul or improving your soul or improving yourself. Because I don't know. That's the issue I kind of been having with some of this red pill content. I think it's really vanity based, and I think that's a dangerous road to go down. Because
How so?
I think when you're vanity based, you do things regardless based on appearances, based on how other people see you, based on showing you off, based on the incentive or the encouragement you get from others, based on your success. In other words, there's people. You know how people say they want to succeed. They want to do what they want to do what their kids, so their kids will never have to work another day in their life. I feel like when I hear that, I hear people saying, "I want people to know that I never made my kid work a day in their life." I hear a lot of vanity in it all the time.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting that you're saying that. Could it be that maybe you're not going to be the recipient of a parent that was dedicated and focused like that? That you find some sort of like problem with that?
Wait. Wait. Recipient of a parent?
Right. You're saying that there's these parents that say, I'm going to do this and that so my kids never got to work again.
No. I think my mom had that. I think my mom had that. I first of all, my mother was definitely like that in a way, but I don't know.
So is your mother coming from vanity point of view?
Because my mother doesn't show off. Maybe I'm conflating it with, because my mother wants her family to know she did for them. Does that make sense?
No, I
She
get
doesn't
that.
need other people to know she did for her family, but she
No,
wants
no,
to
no,
show.
I get
Yeah,
that. So,
but
so
it's-
that contradicts your point, respectfully.
in what way?
Because you have a woman who is dedicating her life to make sure that her children have, I don't know if not working ever again is her point of view, but making sure they have something, some sort of legacy, some sort of something.
Yeah.
Like your mom dies, you're gonna probably get something. You're comfortable knowing that. That something ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying,
So
I'm
what
not
I'm saying
but
is,
wait, okay,
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying is, you kind of threw me off when you were saying how it's red pill comes from a vanity point of view. Look at me. I'm trying to make sure my kids never work again. What is it? The Ferrari the guy is driving that's pissing you off?
It's not. No, it's not anger. It's not about. It has nothing to do with any resentment towards red pill stuff. But what I'm getting is I'm not. I don't think why I think this news story is a little innocuous, or
Right.
it's not troublesome, or it's not an issue that the FI is targeting red pill. I think the base people, or the people who are being presenting themselves or showing themselves to be red pill people, I don't think they're any kind of threat to the FBI. I don't think they're. I don't even think they're barely a threat to the. I don't think they're a
Well,
threat
the
to the youth
active
to change
shooter
the youth.
stats would disagree.
That the what are you talking about after shooter shot?
The active shooters, when they go through their cell phones and they go through their computers, they are absorbing this red pill content heavy. So maybe what the FBI is doing is maybe a good thing. If they well, I don't like the word targeting. This is what everyone is using.
Yeah.
So we have the ability to figure out what a person is typing.
Okay.
Okay, we have that technology. It's bigger, faster, and stronger, and it's costs more than a $6 million man. And let me just
Steve
say
Austin.
this. Yeah. I was trying to throw Steve Austin the word in there, but I kind of got a little stuck for a second. But let me say this. I don't normally disagree with what you have to say, but I think that the red pill doesn't have enough vanity. It might have vanity from the Andrew Tates of the world, but I don't think it has enough vanity where you see what the red pill started. If we think really back, like when YouTube first started, it was about the guys that dressed real crazy and avant-garde, and they were telling these regular guys how to go get a girl at the bar.
All right,
That was red pill. So my point is that yes, that guy who started to teach men how to talk to women in the bar, yes, he was wearing a big weird hat and big glasses and and he was flamboyant and he was vanity driven, yes.
Okay.
But all the underlings never made it to that.
But this is what I'm trying to say. I understand using vanity to attract, because think about the biggest red pill kind of content. The fresh and fits.
Right.
The Andrew Tates. They need to, who they attract is teenagers. Who they attract
I disagree.
Who they attract is teenagers.
I
I'm telling you, I work
disagree.
with kids.
All right, tell me.
So these are even younger than teen. These are the preteen.
Yeah, my kids know about Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
so
what
they're
I'm
10
saying,
and 12 years
so
old.
part of the flashiness doesn't attract it, because Andrew. I'm not drawn to Andrew Tate because I'm too. I feel too grown for Andrew Tate. I respect what he's doing, but that I feel too grown for Andrew Tate.
Right.
I need to be listen to like the even I'd rather listen to the Larry, for Red Pill, the Larry Elders, the Thomas.
Can I say
stuff.
this?
Okay.
You do your push-ups every day.
Maybe not every day.
Well, you do your push-ups. You spend time in your life where you've done the push-ups every day.
Sure.
Okay. You care about the beard. Whether it's going to be goatee this
I do
week.
it all for women. If there were no women in this world, I would never groom. I promise. I'm dead serious.
Right.
I'm dead. I truly mean that. I truly mean that. I would never groom.
Right. So my
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. So my point is that the reason why Andrew Tate might be you're too past that is because he's not talking. Andrew Tate don't gotta tell you to put the video game down.
I know he's talking to teenagers. I'm saying
No.
All right.
How long were we waiting outside the door before we came in?
We were waiting for a little bit.
It's possible. The rumor is that Daniel B was finishing a video game. He made us wait.
I'm not throwing any. What's the word I'm looking
That's
for?
the rumor on the street.
I forgot the word up there. Aspersions. I'm throwing no aspersions your way. I'm not throwing any aspersions.
But we was out there over 5 minutes.
We were waiting for a while. Listen, I'm not throwing.
We was out there over 5 minutes.
See, that's a grown man word for shade, by the way. Aspersions. That's what shade.
I want to be honest. I was not playing anything, but I was downloading the new Call of Duty update.
Boom.
But I don't even
So
understand.
hold up.
Did you get this out there for that?
Yeah. Nah, he's pissed.
What kind of bullshit?
No. This is prior to you guys getting here. No. Prior to them getting here.
Let me tell you about Andrew Tate. Thank God Andrew Tate is here. Thank God he's here. Because let me tell you, if Andrew Tate would have been around 25 years ago when Daniel bought that PlayStation 1 and no one else had it, and then he wound up getting the Nintendo to go with it. I remember one time Daniel and I sat on a couch. It was about 6 people. And we all took turns trying to get the Mortal Kombat to the end of the wherever he had to go. And Daniel stood and he made it to the thing. Like I woke up 4 a.m. He's like, yo, I did it. 6 other people fell asleep. Daniel was dedicated to that moment and making it to the castle. And then guess what? He played it again. See, what me is when I get to the end of the game, I don't play it again.
Yeah, man.
I'm done. So Andrew Tate ain't necessarily talking. See, they think Andrew Tate is talking to kids, but he's talking to grown men too.
I don't own any video game systems. I don't own video games.
He's telling grown men to stop masturbating.
But I did throw it out until I left. When I was leaving Austin, that's when I threw out my Xbox 360. But the only game I play is 2K. But now I don't play anything ever. Okay, I just need to say
you're a 2K guy, right? Yeah, Daniel's a 2K guy.
I only play 2K.
He was playing 2K
I only play
guy
2K.
like when the day it comes out, he had it.
Yeah, but I only
He's
play
one of those
2K.
guys.
But now I don't play anything.
Yeah, because when we came in, I heard the person on the other line. They're like, "Where are you? Where you go? What
Oh,
happened?"
you
No.
They were on the line, 18 people. Where you go? Where
Are you
go?
out there? Are you out there?
I'm out here all by myself. I'm behind the rock. Where are you? I'm behind building number 3.
Save me. I need some cover.
For all my Call of Duty players,
Yeah.
and my Apex players, and my Battlefield players, you understand. But
An
no, I
Apex
was not.
player.
And
Does
you
that mean
started
they're
with
the
what?
top
Resident
player? That means
Evil.
they're
No,
top
no,
Resident
Apex
Evil
games.
started all of that. I played Resident Evil. I remember this day. I will never forget it. I was staying with Daniel B for 3 months at this particular time in my life. And that 3 months that I stood with him, I played that video game. And I made it to the end. The first game, it took me
He's in
3,
napkins,
4
bro.
days. 3, 4 days to get to the end of the game. And the next time I played it, it took me 2 hours. I never played it again. From that moment on, I realized that I wasted. I did not gain. No disrespect to you, or whoever likes games, but for me, I've said I spent 3 days playing this game, win this game, or get to the end of the game. And then when I started the game again, 2 hours later, I was done. I never picked up a video game console ever since. I said, never again will I ever dedicate my life to something that it was worthless to me.
Okay, so let me just explain what a lot of us who play video games like.
Sorry about
Sorry
that, y'all.
about that.
So what I wanted to say is video games is kind of like, it's like people go to bars, people go to watch the game and everything else. This is our release. It's our taking, for me, for what I do for the day at work, this is a release. This is kind of like a stress reliever. That and cooking are my 2 things that I enjoy doing that frees my mind. And for a lot of people, it's that it takes you out of the regular, it's just their way of not drinking. Like some people smoke weed.
Were
Some
you
people
gonna
play-
say mundane? And
No,
stop yourself?
I stopped myself because I
Well,
don't
you
want
can
to
say mundane.
Yeah, but
Come
I
on,
don't
we're
feel
here
that.
for the mundane. We like big words. Come on.
And as you know, Miss Ruth says, it's an escape. And when you're thinking about that, you're not focusing on other things. You're just like, you know what, I'm going to achieve this. So I get the Andrew Tates of the world, but I'm sure he does something else, whether it's driving his Lamborghini or Ferrari, something he finds his escape.
Outlet. It's an outlet.
Exactly.
Can I be honest about something? When I played 2K all those times, I almost never, probably 98% of the times, I never played it sober. I was always high.
That's quite disturbing.
I never really enjoyed the video games. So if I wasn't high, if I wasn't like when I was high and I played the video games, I'd have a blast. If I played it when I wasn't high, I wouldn't want to play it.
And then also a lot of people don't realize you really get to connect with people that enjoy the game. So it's not just that; it's actually a community.
Oh,
It's
I don't
online.
play online. No,
See,
I
no,
don't
no.
do
What I'm
that
saying for
stuff,
us,
no.
a lot of
He
us
does that. That's what he
you
does.
play
That's
online
his
and
thing.
you build friendships.
He has headsets.
No,
and all that.
I create this great play and I break all these records. I just create this.
Michael
That's like
Jordan,
so much-
LeBron, and
Talk
Yo,
about
that is so
vanity,
much
right?
fun.
Like
What?
the
That's
you
not bad.
saw the
I don't
is the
take
problem?
pictures to other people and show it. That's just like fun for
No, I'm
like,
not saying that you.
it's
so
like
you,
went
you
far.
like creating your player to be
No, and
extra.
I don't give
You
him.
don't
I don't
make
give him
him
a great
normal.
team. I don't make him a great team. I give him just team build around that player.
But you make him
I mean-
exceptional than
Yeah,
most.
yeah, but
you
that-
see, that's cheating.
That
That just says a lot.
I don't
I'm just
care.
saying. He didn't take a regular player and make
let's
him
not,
someone.
Let's not.
Yeah.
We don't want to go off focus. We're talking.
I'm talking about what I
All right, well, let's get back to the main thing. I just feel that this red pill and the FBI and everything else, it's kind of the Urban Dictionary. It's just like saying, oh, now we're using the Urban Dictionary and seeing what people are using in terms and utilizing that. And
Are we okay with the FBI targeting people that are viewing red pill content?
but are they targeting them, or are they just saying, you know what, this may possibly be something. Let me keep up to date on what's happening.
I think the report.
That has to stop.
I think the report that they're targeting red pill is more. I'm more suspicious of the reports than that they're actually doing it. I think like the stuff that isn't leaked is the stuff that we need to worry about. The reports that are leaked are kind of innocuous. That they're searching words like base, so they're just telling how to get around it. They're not doing anything to. Like it's not. They're almost alerting people what they're searching for.
Right.
It's not. It's empty. So I'm more suspicious about what's not being talked about or something like that. Then that's a scary stuff, or that's a real ops. That's how the kids say now. That's happening.
Well, let me just say this. I think that if ever there's a time where the FBI is targeting anyone. Let's ask Martin Luther King how he feels about that.
Is that a J. Edgar Hoover reference about how
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got him having sex?
No, it's a reference on how they
And they
let him
killed him?
die and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
killed him and they
yeah.
proved it in court. And the family was just like, we'll take only $1. We don't want any money. We just want it written.
Also, the chat was going crazy. I don't know if you want to take a
All right,
second.
let's take a look. Daniel, Daniel B?
Is it? Oh, the old chat is gone.
Oh no, here it goes. I got it.
Oh
Uh-oh.
yeah. What a face.
There's a face.
All right, you go.
Oh shit, I don't know which one this one.
The virtual base talk on TikTok means be yourself without worrying about how other people may perceive you. That's Miss Ruth. Thank you, Miss Ruth.
Miss Ruth, we
LJ,
love
thank
you.
you. Miss Ruth, the slang term was
LJ,
created by
exactly.
the rapper Little B, who said it means being yourself and not caring what others think
Oh,
of
thank
you.
you.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, bass god.
Yeah, that his the little blasphemer. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about me. The first time I got into bass was pre-election of 2015, 2016.
Didn't Lil B
Bass
was before that. Lil B
Okay.
was before that.
All right, good. Thank you. Hey, Miss Ruth. That's a LJ, Miss Ruth. Ulrich must be a beer number 2. I think this is beer number 3.
I thought you said beard. I was like, what are you-
Yep, they started that back up. I talked to my granny today, Miss Ruth, and she said, I be seeing you and Miss Ruth talking. That's funny. Miss Ruth and LJ. Good evening, T. Rilla. How are you?
What's up, T. Red Light?
It's Miss Ruth said it's an escape. Yeah. All right, we're gonna take another quick break, and we'll be back. I am Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg talking about the FBI and targeting of people, and I'm here with
Ulrich.
and
Daniel B.
you are appreciated, and I love you. Boom.